It's no joke when you choke, so get LifeVac and live. Without breath, there'll be death. So get LifeVac and live. Get LifeVac and live. Get LifeVac and live.
LifeVac and live.
Hey, welcome to In the Arena, brought to you by LifeVac, the device that saved approaching on 5,000 lives in 30 some odd countries. Today, we're honored to be joined by Johnny Van Zant, his daughter Taylor. Johnny's the legendary frontman of Leonard Skinner, but this isn't just a story about music. It's about family, faith, and the fight of a lifetime. Johnny opens up about his daughter Taylor, her courageous battle with cavernous malformation, and how their family is turning struggle into strength. And we'll talk about an upcoming event on November 5th, bringing people together in hope, music, and love. And this is what it means to stand in the arena.
Yes.
My
Rocking
name-
for the cure. That's what we're going to
Yeah, my name is Rick Fatscher, host, along with Patrick O'Rourke. Pat, always good to see you.
Always good to see you, Rick. How's
And
everything?
you're everything's great. Everything's great. You know from knowing me for this long how excited I am to be talking to Johnny,
This
his
is
daughter
like,
Taylor. This is Leonard Skinner was it for me
Yes.
growing up.
it's my Don Mattingly. If I ever met Don Mattingly in real life, that's
Yeah.
he was my idol. Is my idol. He's still alive, Don Mattingly.
Yeah. So let's not waste any more time. Let's bring in
Yes.
Johnny Van Zant and Taylor Van Zant.
Hello,
Hey.
everybody. How
Hello.
you guys?
Hello, Johnny and Taylor.
Hi,
Good.
how are you?
We're doing great. We're doing great. Not as good as you guys, but
Oh, well, you look marvelous. So there you go.
yeah. And Johnny, I see you rocking the LifeVac T-shirt.
Yeah, I am. I am.
So
Got in a basket the other day, and I was like, "Well, I wonder if they, you sent it for the auction or
we
whatever."
did.
And
So we'll send what?
I said, "The heck with that! I'm taking the shirt. I want the shirt."
They said send him a bright orange one. We said no black.
But
Johnny
no,
Van
good,
Zant, send him a black
good
one.
to be here, brother.
Yeah. So Johnny, when we first spoke, and we of course connected through our great friend Brian Kilmeade, Fox News Channel, but he told us about what was going on with Taylor, and you quickly said, hey, LifeVac, I got a story to tell you about one of the bandmates, Ricky Medlock.
I sure did. We were on the bus. This was this summer. And after the show, you know what? Everybody's kind of tired and hungry, and we're getting ready to go to bed. And Ricky, I think, was eating either some cereal or something. And he started coughing. And Ricky was born with bad lungs. So he only has one lung. So I thought he was just, trying to clear his lungs or his lung, should I say. And all of a sudden, his wife and said, Stacy goes, somebody help him. And I went, what? So I ran over and started hitting him on the back, and that didn't work. So it got really hairy, and I just gave him the Heimlich maneuver, and something popped out, and he was better. But even before that, I had been seeing you guys commercials on Fox News, and I was like, we need to get some of those. I thought that, God works in mysterious ways. And right after that, I told my road manager, I said, I want one for both band buses. And we ordered them. And ironically, we were talking, and, you were talking about LifeVac. And I went, oh, my God, I just ordered those.
Yeah. We're hearing that more and more now than we had in the past, but it's getting out there. And it's all we do is about raising awareness. And getting it out there. And we talked earlier, and that you mentioned your niece has them in her schools, and we just couldn't be happier about.
I just saw my niece, and Hannah's her name, and she's a school teacher here locally. And she was like, I had one of them with me, and I said, look, you guys need to get one of those. She's also pregnant, and I said, you need to get one of these for your house when you have the baby. And she was like, oh, we have those in the school. So it's an awesome thing.
Yeah.
Is it her first baby?
It's her first baby, yeah.
Her. You know what she's having?
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Do you know what she's having?
A girl.
A girl. Hey, I'm the daddy of 4 daughters, so I'm good with that. But 2 crazy knucklehead grandboys. And actually, speaking of that, after we got these and that scare with Ricky, I told my daughter, who has my grandboys, she ordered one, and she's got one now at her house.
Wow, it's fantastic.
Great stuff.
It's fantastic. And Bobby, if you have the picture, I want to bring up a picture that further proof of how far my non-sexual hetero man
Obsession with you.
goes. Go ahead, bring that. Look at that.
Oh my God, look at that.
There's you and me, Johnny.
What year was that?
92 by
33.
Oh, wow.
From the Leonard
I got to
Skinner.
put on my glasses for that one. Hang on one
You were
second.
the same.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I got a cigarette in my mouth. It had to be 92.
Yeah. Shortly thereafter, it's bad to have that evidence floating around.
I know. I haven't smoked in so long. I can't even remember the last time I smoked a cigarette. So.
Yeah, Johnny, this week is obviously an anniversary, and we always remember Leonard Skinner in the October timeframe, and especially October 20th. How
Sure.
old were you?
17. I was 17 years old. And you know what, man? It was a terrible day, not only for the band and the fans, but for the Van Zandt family, of course. And you know what? It's one that I sometimes go, you know what? I don't even want to think about it on that day. I just go and do what I usually do, or wherever I'm at, if it's playing or whatever. Because you know what? When you go through stuff like that, you know what? You don't want to remember. I think your brain fixes that part of you where you don't want to get back into that. And it was a bad day for us. And that's why it was so detrimental when the guys asked me in 1986, at the end of 86, to do a tribute tour with them. They were my brothers. Ronnie was the alpha dog, man, all the way. He was the older guy. And for me to walk in a room and see the guys that lived through a plane crash ask me personally to be a part of Leonard Skinner and go out and do the tribute tour, it meant the world to me. And I had my father, Lacey, with me because I wanted to make sure that I was doing the right thing. You know, I wanted my family to give approval, and everybody was like, yeah. And then we went out, we did that, and we kind of parted for probably 6 months. And it was like the plane crash had happened again. You know, the family kind of dismantled. And Gary Rosington said, let's get together and write some songs. And we came up with an album called Leonard Skinner 1991. And it rests as history.
Lightning. I remember Smokestack Lightning. I remember times well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what was really great, Rick, was that those guys had never really done a video where you didn't play. You know, they were just running the song. So we were doing that, and they were also so awkward. So the new kid had already done that, and me. And I was like, oh, yeah, just play along with it, you know, and just do your thing, and they'll capture it and sync it together. And, you know, because nobody plays that stuff live with those kind of videos. They just play the tracks and you mimic it, you know.
Yeah. And your brother Donnie at the time was, I guess, a couple years older than you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I know that he's fighting a battle. So we give, shout out prayers and.
Thank you so much.
Donnie.
We were just writing a gospel song today. You know, we did a gospel album I don't know if you guys know that, but we did it. It's called, hang on one second. I'm so prepared that it's unbelievable. I got my LifeVac and the Van Zandt CD right here together. So anyway, and we did an album. It's called Always Look Up. And we started it. It's been on our bucket list for many, many years to do a gospel album. And you know what? We've been hell raisers our whole life, but we've always been true believers in Jesus Christ. And it's been probably one of the most rewarding things. I can honestly say probably the most rewarding thing that I've ever done is to do this CD. And that's pretty cool.
And I think we missed you by a week in Jacksonville. We were there with Brian Kilmeade for his History, Liberty, and Laughs tour, and you sent a message that you as Van Zandt were going to be appearing in the same.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sure was at the beautiful Florida Theater down there.
Yep.
My buddy Brian. Hopefully, I get to see him pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, we're coming down. Fort Myers.
Put up that picture of him and Brian in
February 14th,
Charleston, West Virginia.
So we were able to meet backstage in West Virginia. One of the first times we went with Brian. There. Yep. There it is.
Oh yeah.
There you are.
Hey, you know,
to be on the stage at this point, Johnny.
Yeah, you know what? I ran off stage and came around and got him.
We were standing next to him in awe. Yeah.
I think he was real surprised that I was there. Hey, wait a minute, he was just on stage.
Yeah, he wasn't that surprised, but of course we're in the building. But what a great treat for us as Pat and I landed, and Brian was already at the hotel, and he's asked us if we would be interested in
you want to go see
going
Leonard
across the
Skinner?
street?
We're like, yeah, we think we do.
Yeah, sure.
It's fantastic.
Sure, I was glad. I was on stage that night, and I'm going, that's got to be Brian. There's nobody that looks like him like that, And then so I kept making my way over to that side, and I was like, that is Brian. So I figured whenever I came off for Alabama, I'd run out and grab him.
Yeah, you gave him a flag. You pulled him on stage for the last song. You gave him a flag. It was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, I want you to introduce you to the inventor and CEO of LifeVac, Arthur Lee.
Awesome. Hey, how are you?
Hey man, I love the shirt.
Yeah, that's what
He said he likes your shirt.
Oh, I know. I'm sporting it. It's a good fit shirt too. I'm one of those guys who don't buy shirts. I get them from different people. And as soon as this came in, it went on.
That's great.
I was just showing them. I have a LifeVac here too.
Yeah. Everything happens on the fly here. We have guests in canoes. We have people driving in. Joe Piscopo was, as a guest in the car.
Followed his daughter.
And Arthur was on the road. As we were in the arena starting off, we welcome Arthur Lee. You got here safe and sound, and it's so great. We've been talking with Johnny Van Zant and Taylor Van Zant, and we're going to get to Rockin' the Cure in a moment. And I did want to ask you another question about any upcoming. You have Van Zant, the gospel album coming up, but what are the plans for Leonard Skinner?
You know what? We have a few more shows. We're playing here in Jacksonville on November the 8th. We have Rockin' for a Cure on the 5th. And believe it or not, I'm probably one of the only guys that have a gospel album out, and I'm pushing some whiskey. So we have some whiskey called Hell House Whiskey, and we're coming out with a new peach flavor. And out next year with Foreigner, man. We're playing all the amphitheaters with those guys. So we're busy. We're busy.
Beach.
It's whiskey on Saturdays and church on Sundays, right?
There you go.
The world would be a much better place if that was what we did.
I do it every week.
Yeah, most definitely.
Living that for he's just waiting for it to
got
come
the
back.
whiskey.
And
Just
flow.
Irish whiskey. Now I can try his.
You got whiskey and God, you'll be fine.
Yep.
Yeah. This is from Texas Hatters, by the way. This is
Really? I'll be that. There you go.
You know what?
I was telling him, I don't know if he heard, but this summer Ricky got choked on the bus, and I had to give him the Heimlich maneuver, and I had already seen you guys commercial on Fox, and I was already going up. We need to get those for the bus. And that night I was in a panic thinking, why didn't you get this? Why didn't you get this already? So as soon as I was able to get him to stop choking, I told my road manager, I said, you got to get LifeVac. I want 2 of those on each band bus. So it was pretty amazing trip.
I mean, just going back to whiskey and church, that's a God wink in our world. That he was okay, right?
Yeah.
And it reinforced your understanding of how quickly it can go bad and how bad it could be.
Yeah.
And now your voice is going to save others. And
there you go. And you know what? I was telling them also, since then, I told my daughter, who I have 2 great grandboys, I said, you got to get one of these. And she ordered one. So she has one in her house now. And that makes me feel better as a grandparent.
But that the whiskey and God, we do motorcycle rides with numerous organizations that do charity runs. And, I think we have this perception, you see these biker guys, we're all riding for a cause. We're riding for something good. We're riding to help people. And, you take rock and roll and whiskey, look at you. Now you were going to save a life. We got a great shirt. So I But the point of the matter is that, we all can do something, and we don't judge books by their cover. We judge people by their hearts.
Sure.
And then we heard about your charity, and I said, man, let's get in on this and work together. I mean, God put you there to help spread the word of LifeVac. Well, then he put us here to help you too.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
World, man.
you know what?
Yeah.
With
We got Pat will take care of the whiskey.
I'm on for the free whiskey.
I'll go to church with you.
You had him.
Pat might not make it if he has enough whiskey.
I'll go to church if I get some whiskey.
We had Pat at
you know, with this whole Kavanoma alliance, the thing that got me involved in it, of course, she came down with one last year on the 24th. It was, again, a terrible day. And, because at first everybody was saying it was the C word, not Kavanoma, but the C word. And we were like, oh, Lord, and this even goes back even more. I lost my oldest daughter 7 years ago to the C word. And so I was thinking, oh, Lord, I got another one who has this. But what happened was she has their telephone calls?
I do through the Alliance to Cure Cavernous Malformation, we do support groups. So I was on a support group, and many people in my group were in a trial for a medication for this, and it had seemed to be going well, but unfortunately that trial was stopped. So I was opening up to my dad about how so many people in my group were, disappointed and didn't know what to do. And I didn't know what to do because we were kind of holding out for that medication to work. So that's when he was like, we need to get involved right now because these people need some hope.
Yeah, so we're in the same boat. We need awareness and we need a cure. So your cure is that you have the product, if something happens, and you need awareness. And so thank you guys for being involved with this. We really appreciate it.
Will that medication, does it work? And we just got to get it to these people?
Why was the program canceled? For funding or?
Funding.
It's a bit iffy. They say not enough data. So
it could be, cutbacks or whatever, we don't know exactly. We haven't been able to get the whole detail on it, but you know what? If money and awareness can help,
What we're doing.
then we're going to be in it all, 100%.
Hell yeah, we can't have this. Now that support group, is that emotional support too? You guys is that help you?
Yeah, it's a great help. I actually started helping co-host one for more people my age. So we do that every other Wednesday now, and I try to help run that. But we do have a normal support group, all ages, whoever wants to, come. And that definitely really helps because, everyone's goes through it a bit differently, but it helps when you feel like you have someone that can relate to what you're going through. So
no doubt. I mean, grief therapy, I've been there, and substance abuse people that can relate to each other and open up to each other.
A question I'm never supposed to ask, but Taylor, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Oh, that's impressive.
Oh my God, you must get proof though every time you go out.
It's good to look young. It's good to look young.
I told her she's going to love that when she's 40 or so.
It never goes away.
I going to the States where they have to ask for your ID. You're like, yeah, man, check me out.
I was bald at 14. I could get into all the bars.
It's been a long time since anybody asked me for mine.
Listen, we got to take a quick break, but we're going to be back with more Johnny Van Zant and Taylor Van Zant after this message.
It's amazing. Protect your family. Buy LifeVac now.
Thank you, Dad.
That was us over 10 years ago.
Now, LifeVac is responsible for saving over 4,000 lives from choking.
In the time it takes you to pick up the phone and call, another life could be saved.
The LifeVac saved my life in 1 to 2 seconds.
Protecting families has always been our mission. I'm sure you love your family like I love my daughter. Do us all a favor and get your own LifeVac now.
Go to lifevac.net or call 877-LifeVac. Order now.
I'll be in Miami.
We're back in the arena.
We'll come visit you there.
Yeah, my name is Rick Fatscher, along with Pat O'Rourke, Arthur Lee. We've been talking with Johnny Van Zant of Leonard Skinner and his daughter Taylor, and what a beautiful young lady. She's been talking to us about, let's revisit the event coming up on November 5th, Rockin' the Cure, bringing people together in hope, music, and love. And we're looking forward to it. And Arthur during the break was saying, we got to get there. There it is. Save the date. For a Cure, November 5th at the Porsche. dealership.
It's a nice Porsche place.
It better be.
It is. It is. It is. You know what? I've been doing charity work with St. Michael's Soldiers, who they do a lot of different stuff. Like every Christmas, we give away, I don't know, 700 bikes or so to Gold Star families, and they send care packages. They've been doing it for a long, long time. And when we were thinking about doing an auction, I know all these people in the music business and different people in sports, and we were like, well, we don't know how to go about doing this. So we brought them in, and they've been kind enough to work with us on this. And Jim Signorelli has worked with Phil's Automotive Group out of Chicago for years, and so we're doing it at the Porsche dealership, you know. So it should be a good time.
Yeah, get back a little bit in the background. You mentioned you were 22 when you first became aware that you had a cavernous malformation.
Yes.
And what's the prevalence like? How often does this occur?
So it's kind of hard to know for sure, because there's so many people out there who actually have this disease, but they don't know that they have it. So we think about 1 in 500 has one, but you can have the hereditary kind, which means it's familial and genetic, or you can have the sporadic kind, which means it's just a mutation that happens, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And what happens? What happens to you?
What are the symptoms?
Yeah, so it's a malformation. It can affect your brain, your spinal cord, or your brain stem. So it affects the capillaries. So it's not an aneurysm where when these things bleed, it's fast moving. It's more of like a slow ooze. But they do have potential to hemorrhage, cause strokes, and seizures. So I unfortunately last year had 2 brain hemorrhages from this. So many people go a whole lifetime without any symptoms, and they won't get diagnosed because they won't have an MRI. But most of the time they're found because you have some sort of complication. So I had a brain hemorrhage last year.
Is it the MRI able to know that you do or do not have it?
Yeah, so a lot of doctors actually don't know what these things are. So that's why my dad was saying previously, they think that it's a mass, like cancerous or not,
Right.
because
C word.
they've never seen these.
Yeah, a lot of doctors don't even know what the heck they are. Luckily, we have a Mayo Clinic here. When she first had this, the hospital that she was at was like, well, we're going to have to do a biopsy. Luckily, we did not do that because that could have really messed her
Yeah,
up.
whenever you do a surgery on this, you either leave it alone or you need to take the whole thing out. So it would have been really bad if we did do a biopsy.
And hers was in a really bad place, and she had numbness of the arm, numbness of the leg. Did you have headaches? I don't know if you had like a headache.
Leading up to it, I was having headaches, but that was never really something I struggled with.
She's 22. We're thinking, okay, you're okay, you know.
Yeah, no kidding. But
Yeah.
God, I'm listening to this, and what a need for awareness.
Right. So if there's not a cure, but is there like medicine to help you cope with it, or how do you?
Not necessarily. A lot of people are on gabapentin, just to help with like nerve pain and stuff, but there's really no medications proven to help. So, and we can't even take anything like Advil or ibuprofen. So they just tell us, take some Tylenol when you have a headache and go home and live your life as normally as possible.
You don't want anything to make you bleed more. So
exactly. But
the awareness is necessary to avoid surgery, to avoid confusion, right?
Right.
People need to be aware that this may be something that's going on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We have a dentist who's an avid surfer. I think he went to Costa Rica and was surfing and came back here to Jacksonville. This is after her diagnosis, and was surfing
started having seizures.
Started having seizures. We went to Mayo. Didn't he go to Mayo? I think he went to Mayo, and they diagnosed him with one. He's going to be at the event, and so like she said earlier, you can be born with these. and they never raise their ugly head, but whenever they do, it's pretty bad. And unfortunately, she's had 2 brain bleeds, should I say. And what they also do is when you swell, you start swelling whenever you get that. They give you steroids and, those kind of things. But it's a scary thing. It's kind of like living with a time bomb. I hate to say it.
I relate it to like a ticking time bomb in your brain, because also, I obviously ask all my doctors, well, what caused this? What can I do to stop this from happening again? And they just kind of,
Now, since then, guys, we've hired, because we went to a nutritionist and they say gut health for the brain's great. So we hired a great chef who was donating his meal for somebody at the auction, and she eats pretty clean. I mean, when you go back and look at our food that we've all been eating for a long, especially me, I'm an old guy, our food really is bad for us.
I had a Twinkie yesterday. I knew that.
Yeah.
I couldn't resist, man.
Also in our 20s.
I know it makes you feel terrible when you really dig into it and find out just how bad our food is. But she now, since then, and us getting the chef, we've been back to her neurosurgeon, and who we lucked out here, Dr. Hannell, here in Jacksonville with Baptist Medical here. And her cavanoma had shrank just a little bit, and that's the big thing. That's the big thing with these. They hope that they'll shrink down.
Is there any hint or thought about they say a carnivore diet? Have you heard about that?
I've heard about that, but the main thing with this disease is it's called emulsifiers. So it's what they put to kind of mix 2 things that shouldn't necessarily mix. So when I first heard about this, I thought, okay, that'll be like sauces and yogurts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, it's in all of our food. So it's definitely managing that makes me feel like I have some sort of control over this disease, but there's no guarantees.
Yeah, but you know what? You search for what can work, would work, should work, and we get it out there. But geez, my eyes are open now, and I want to help, because just you telling us, right?
1 in 500 people is crazy. I mean, how do they?
But
they test. How do they test for that? Just an MRI?
Don't know what they're facing.
Well, they're not.
Just an MRI. So there are people that find it's called like an incidental find, where say you get into a little car accident or something,
right.
You go get an MRI to get checked out, and they're like, "Whoa."
Yeah, you're having headaches or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but that would be considered a symptom.
Yeah.
So really, the only time they're found is random MRIs if you're not symptomatic. And the chances for complications in those people are very low. But with the familial kind, you can have multiple all over your brain and never have symptoms. But for me, mine's sporadic. I only have 1, but I've had complications. So it varies person to person a large amount.
But you're on something. There's something with diet, and there's
do they mention
a
inflammation?
mental attitude, and
do they mention inflammation being a culprit or something to look out for?
I'm sure that's part of the diet.
I mean, whenever you do have a bleed, you do have a lot of swelling and inflammation in the brain. So then that causes more symptoms. But usually once the blood heals, the swelling and they call it edema goes down and goes away.
And by the way, were you studying medicine before?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh my goodness.
No, see, this is the thing.
You only play a doctor on TV.
You kind of have
Only a
to
brain
be
surgeon on
an
podcast.
advocate for yourself, especially when a lot of doctors don't know about this.
This kid, I took her to a nutritionist. She was like, "Well, you know as much as I know."
Thanks for coming in and teaching me.
Yeah,
wish I could help you, but I get it. You know more than me.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Uh-oh. Did it go off? No, there you go.
It's unfortunate, but you do have to really advocate and educate for yourself when you have a rare disease, because sometimes you have to tell a doctor, "Hey, this is what I have."
Well, definitely sounds like that's the case here, and I think that that's part of the mission, right? To get the awareness out there, to understand
Exactly.
and to be aware, and then progress will come when there's more information and awareness, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely. Most definitely.
I mean, I'm so impressed.
Look at that.
I
Look
really
at that
wanna
beautiful
help.
picture of the family and Taylor.
My wife's mad. She's not in there.
You're dead.
We'll be able to get those pictures added to the story. I was going to point out that we're going to provide the link that Taylor provided us with in order if you want to get involved and donate. But it's angio.networkforgood.com. Again, angio.networkforgood.com, and then look up Taylor, and you can help the cause. And just like you said earlier, I wanted to touch on something, it's all about raising awareness, but something you said yourself about your own condition. And I said that for 30 years, I called on doctors, and I tell any one of my family members or friends that you have to be your own advocate, because these doctors, that's the reason they call it a practice, because they're not all as well schooled as they should be.
Well,
You know,
Taylor,
I always
hugely
say that. I always say that same thing. I say, you know what? You go to a doctor's appointment, especially if it's a serious one, have somebody in your family with you. You know, I've actually, because I was telling you, I lost a daughter to cancer and years ago, and I actually told the doctor, I said, you mind me recording this conversation, because I want to be able to look back, because there's so much information that's given out in those hard times, and you just kind of forget it, or you're trying to remember it. Boy, it sure helps if you can record them.
Well, that's what's so great about the alliance that we're working with. So it's called Alliance to Cure Cavernous Malformation, and they're the ones who I said I do support groups with now. But they have so many resources, so much information. That's where I've learned a lot of my information. So it's a great, resource for people who are newly diagnosed with this, because they do have vetted centers of excellence and clinical care centers of doctors who know what this is and are, well versed on what a cavernoma is, because you want to make sure that you are going to a doctor that is able to help you. But they also have, a lot of research that they're doing. So
They have their own labs.
yeah, so they have their own mouse lab where they are testing drugs in mice with CCM. And then if, those drugs turn out to be promising, hopefully the goal is to get, a clinical trial, and then eventually human trials. So
well,
there's a lot of
Taylor, I got to tell you, when I came up with LifeVac, heard of a 7-year-old died, and I made it for her and for my daughter. And I said, how could I be the only one? And I went to God and I said, give me the strength to do this, give me the strength because how could I watch another child die? No, I have a sink plunger in my garage that I made, but I could have saved them, So the battle was humongously uphill, but it didn't matter. And I was thinking the same thing with your courage to, come out with the ticking time bomb in your head to share and say, look, I have this, but what can we do? People have to stand up and have courage to be vulnerable, right? To share the fact that you have this, and you'll save so many. And they're just super, super proud to listen.
Yeah, she's
to
wise
and
beyond her years.
and courageous.
And
it takes guts.
more fun to
go
listen to
out
than a
there.
doctor too. You're like,
Yeah.
okay.
I recognize.
well, thank you guys.
Oh, thank you. I recognize the smile of a very proud father.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely should be,
what-
man. Because that's
what
courage
helps
in
you.
God right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what helps me keep going is, the potential to help other people, and, educate others on this disease, because I've met so many great people through coming down with this. So it's kind of been, obviously negative. I would have rather not had to go through this,
Gotcha.
but there's so much positive that can come out of it. So, I obviously want to raise awareness a bit selfishly for myself to find a cure for myself, but also for all these other great people that I've met.
That's it. I made it to save Jackie. We wound up saving 5,000 lives.
Coming up.
That's unbelievable,
I was
guys.
just in the Hall of Saves today at a radio show, and I stood there and looked around at 5,000 pictures of people we helped. You will help people. You will help people. You'll never know. God will know. You'll know, and you will gain too. And the courage and the it's beautiful, and I want to help as best I can. We all do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
An honor.
We've been listening to Taylor Van Zandt. Oh, and yes, by the way,
Who's
her
that
dad,
other guy
Johnny,
with her?
Johnny Van Zandt.
Oh,
was
yeah.
also-
Oh yeah, me. Hey.
We thank you guys
Band
so
we're
much.
I'm not. Hey, I'm not as well educated in this.
Taylor,
Yeah,
thanks for
I was
having
like, you
your
know
dad
what?
on with
Let
you.
me
Love
sit
you
in
too.
and try to explain.
we'll
she
be
was
in touch.
trying. She was trying to give me a course on
Oh,
this
yeah.
today, and I was like, "No, you just come with me."
He's giving you a plug.
We're going to help you out any way we can with this fundraiser. We'll be in touch.
Yeah.
All right,
sure,
guys.
Yeah.
November 5th.
Number-
Rockin' for the Cure.
Rocking for
I'm
the
so
Cure. We're going to
excited.
promote the daylights out of it.
Hey, and thank you
God
guys. Thank you guys for this too, man. This is awesome. You
And
know
keep
what?
wear the shirt as frequently as you feel.
We're gonna.
It has been. I can attest to that. I've seen it.
I might have to wash it
Now
every
you should
once
get
in a
a dozen.
while.
We have muscle shirts. Get him everything he needs.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. We'll see you next
Thank
time.
you guys.
Thank you so much.
All right. God bless.
God bless you.
you. Wow. How exciting. We're going to be back with more. I don't know how we top that, but Pat, Arthur, we'll see. We're going to come up with Mr. 3K. Mr. 3000, Ray Priebe will be joining us after this.
She started to choke on a piece of candy.
She wasn't breathing.
Then Ray reached for the LifeVac and it saved her.
She could have easily died that day. A LifeVac saved her life. What I would say is don't need a LifeVac and not have it. Have a LifeVac and hopefully never need it.
Recently, the American Red Cross has added anti-choking devices as an option when standard protocol fails or is not feasible.
Go to lifevac.net or call 877-543-3822.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back in the arena. Oh my goodness, what a great conversation we just had with Taylor Van Zandt and Johnny Van Zandt, her dad, lead singer of Leonard Skinner for the last decades.
When is that event?
November 5th.
Wednesday.
Rockin' for a Cure.
2 weeks from today. Yesterday.
And gosh, cavernous malformation. I
I
had
don't
never
have a
heard
theater.
of it.
It's at a
Porsche
a car dealership. So if you want to,
Hey, Lenny,
you
can
want
I
to get to
go
meet
to
him,
that?
you definitely should go. Oh, hell, leave with a Porsche.
We heard just a smattering of the memorabilia that's going to be auctioned off there,
Unbelievable,
available. Great stuff, including Mickey Mantle memorabilia.
Yes, his sons,
Rock
his
memorabilia
two
as
sons
well.
will be there. I saw that. I went on the webpage.
Oh, really?
Mickey Mantle's son and grandson will be there.
Oh.
And they had a Peter Frampton original lyrics written down.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. You're gonna buy most of it. You'll see.
Yeah. Well, it's this part of the show that we normally go to. Mr. 3000, Ray Priebe, who recently celebrated an anniversary. Mr. Priebe, are you there?
Hey, LifeVacers, how we doing tonight?
3000.
Football season's over.
Football? No, it's going to be a later game tonight, 7:30. So I'll be there tonight.
All right.
Yes.
Thursday night lights.
And as Rick was saying, yes, I'm celebrating a little bit of an anniversary. 3 days ago marked the 1-year anniversary where I used the LifeVac to save Maya. Number 3000.
Whoa.
Hey, how'd you feel that day? Did you have a really deep gratitude day? Like what?
It was a great day. You know, I even reached out to Donna to get the updated number for that day. I even reached out to you because, again, it's a year. It's a year from the moment when I saved my daughter's life with this amazing device.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And, you know, it's just from that day, 1,862 saves in 1 year. In 1 year. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing.
Compare that to 2016. I always like to go back to that
zero
quiet time. Four. If we went 2015, zero. 2014, zero.
We're all kind of taking bets on what the number was going to be on that day. My number was 1,820. So I was about 40 short, which, you know what? That's a great number to be at. 40 saves above where I was estimating at. I mean, if you really break it down, let's think about it. 1,862 saves in 1 year. That's about 5 people a day. Is what it averaged.
That's reported.
Reported. So 5 saves a day averaged reported. It's amazing. It's absolutely unbelievable. And it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger as more and more devices get out there.
Hey, you know what? Quick thought. You know, we all have, you know, the anniversary of my mom's death, my dad's death. You have an anniversary of life.
Yeah, like 2 birthdays.
Life.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's
Absolutely.
a pretty amazing, positive anniversary.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And I reflect on it often, as any parent that goes through something like this would do. You know, the what if.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ray, you usually go into some explanation, or I do, but for those listening for the first time, talk about that day on the Florida highway.
Yeah, so you know, we were leaving a birthday party. You know, go figure. Leaving a birthday party. She's in the back seat. We're headed home, and sure enough, she was eating some candy. Ended up choking on a piece of hard candy, and it was a full obstruction. She stopped breathing completely.
Mhm.
You know, it's one of those situations that no parent ever wants to be in. You know, especially when you're driving down the road.
Yeah.
You know, it's like holy. You know, when your wife says she's not breathing. You know, she's not breathing. Those. I mean, you could tell.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, you relive that. You know, and again, I remember it as if it was yesterday. I remember jerking the car over to the side of the excuse me, jerking the car over to the side of the road, pulling her out of her car seat, you know, and backflow after backflow after backflow, failing, not working. It's tough, you know. And again, thank God we had the LifeVac, because that is what saved Maya's life.
Great outcome, thank God. Yep.
Yeah, and not only that, you mentioned on the news that I first saw that 2 other motorists came by with their own LifeVacs.
2 other vehicles apparently saw what was happening as I was pulling. I'm sure they saw me doing backflow after backflow after backflow, understood what was going on. So, you know, as I, you know, laid Maya down in the grass and on the side of the road to, you know, use the LifeVac, here comes these other parents running over, also carrying a LifeVac.
Wow. And Artie wasn't there with his car?
Yeah. Artie was not there. You know,
it can't be everything.
He was on a motorcycle.
Wish I was.
else.
I would have crashed.
Just thrown one.
Yeah. But you know
but here we are, you know, a year later, a year and 3 days, and we even have a bigger number. I mean, Bobby, do we have a screen?
Ooh. Oh, look at this. More producing.
4,879.
I was off by 1.
Pat missed by 1. He always guesses.
Wait. What was your number, Pat?
I was 4878.
40. Well, I'm glad that number was wrong anyway. We're at 4,880 saves.
Oh,
yeah,
way
more.
under.
Yes,
Another
2,967 children reported to date.
Wow, we're 5,000's right there, baby.
Yeah, we're right there.
We're coming.
We're on.
Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving's going to be a big weekend.
Big one.
Whiskey
Absolutely.
And
which brings me into the highlight of the week.
All right.
Here we go. On October 21st, a woman in her 50s choked on a muffin while at a Bible study group, causing total obstruction. The Heimlich was performed by 2 different people. A woman in the group ran to the car to get her LifeVac. LifeVac was used multiple times, removing some small pieces each time. One of the last uses, it unclogged and allowed her to breathe and cough up rest of the muffin. Here's the story from the woman that used the LifeVac. The muffin she was choking on was all mushed up in a ball in her throat, and I truly believe the Heimlich and the blows, which were done several times, would not have dislodged it. By the time I got back with the LifeVac, she was on the floor, blue, and no breath coming in or out. EMS did arrive 5 to 7 minutes after she was breathing. They stated she would most likely not have survived without it. I will never be without a LifeVac. From that day forward, I got several of these for my grandbabies when they were born, and have been carrying it in my truck for almost 2 years. There you go.
Oh my God.
Good one.
It was
Absolutely amazing.
story behind the numbers. You know, we take it for granted sometimes. The numbers come through this many lives saved
Yeah,
today, and it counts. But when you hear the story, it's so much more impactful.
But that's why Ray's segment is so important, right? He's there. He had it happen, and God picked him for 3,000 to share, and his passion to do so. We were down in Florida. He drove all the way down to Marco, came to the event where we donated to the Marco Police Department. But you know, Ray, I think the thing that hit me most, we need more positive anniversaries in our lives. You know?
Yeah.
Like I couldn't help but all the anniversaries I think of are bad.
Yep.
You know? And it's days passed away, and it's kind of neat to reflect on a good anniversary, because you were minutes from it being a bad anniversary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. If it went the other way, 2 days ago would have been a reminder of the worst day of your life.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really clear indication of how grateful we should be for good anniversaries.
Yep.
And for
You know,
that.
and I have such a big push for parents, you know, especially, yes, it's great to have a LifeVac in your house, but what if? What if this happens when you're driving, like it did? So absolutely have one for the car. Have one for each car. If you have 3 cars, have one for each car and one for the house. And the last thing you want to do is be toting it around. Oh, don't forget the LifeVac. Oh, don't forget the LifeVac. What happens if you forget the LifeVac? You know, have one in each car and one at the house.
That's why I made them last forever. Lenny had it on his ice cream shop for years to make sure it wouldn't melt.
Who's Lenny?
And
soft serve ice cream. He'd be safe.
But that's a good point. And you know, when with the Casada Foundation giving them out, right? I was there, gave them to the people at the school, and I saw a dad walking by, and he had the LifeVac under his arm, and he was holding his little boy's hand as they walked away. And I got such a feeling of gratitude and joy, right? That, like you said, they have it now, you know.
Yep.
And that they brought a lot of peace and a lot of reflection of a good thing we're doing, and how much I appreciate you.
Hey, Ray, can you stick around for a quick second while we take a quick break? We'll be back with more Mr. 3000 Ray Priebe in the arena after this.
Ben Carson here with a potentially life-saving message. I may be a retired neurosurgeon, but trying to help save lives is something I'll never stop doing. Every year, this world loses around 5,000 lives that could have been saved from choking accidents. That's why I've partnered with LifeVac, a company based right here in the USA. It's simple to use, can be used on adults and children, plus it's guaranteed for life. Most importantly, if you ever have to use it in an emergency, they replace it for free. Join me on my mission to ensure every home, business, restaurant, and school in this country has a LifeVac. Go to the lifevac.net and order your very own life-saving device today. Thank you.
At this point.
Hey, we are back in the arena. My name is Rick Fatscher. It has been all night. Pat O'Rourke, Arthur Lee, talking with Mr. 3000. And, you know, we had to take a break because I didn't hear, we want to talk about the contest.
Famous saying.
We want to talk about the contest, and we didn't hear Ray's creed.
Oh, and one thing before I get into that, I think I need to go on first, because some of the people that you have on this show, how am I going to come after? Leonard Skinner. I was like, I'm watching the show and I'm like, I can't believe that's him. That's him right there. I listen to all the music. I know all the songs, and it's like, wait a minute, I'm going on after him.
Yeah, exactly.
How am I going to do that?
Don't follow animals,
children,
or Leonard Skinner.
Yeah, but how amazing was his daughter as far as like kind of one of us with the LifeVac?
Absolutely amazing. I loved watching it. I loved listening to her. I love the homework she has put into it, the dedication to learning it, to studying it, to educate others on it. It's absolutely amazing.
I never heard of it.
It's going to make a difference.
People, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I think you test for that when you're born.
But I think that, you know, that to me, seeing that courage, right? Because she has it. Right now, a lot, and certainly understandable not to want to talk about it, to kind of, you know,
feel sorry for yourself, hide away,
and also not want to be that vulnerable to be out there saying, "I have this," you know.
Even her attitude, she's like, "I've met so many great people."
Yeah,
she almost looks at it as like, I don't know, a silver
the
lining.
next show we're going to talk about fear, but that's taking a fear, right? I may die with these things I don't want people to know, and saying, "I don't care about the fear. I want to help other people," and she said, and she's right. Maybe it'll help me. And
advocating for herself. You know, this is a condition that very few doctors apparently know, so she has to advocate for herself.
I think she just impressed me.
It's absolutely amazing.
Lynyrd Skynyrd guy was cool too.
Yeah,
he was pretty cool. What are you trying to plan how to get to Jacksonville?
He's a fiddle. I don't know what he does.
Yeah.
Well,
cool.
gentlemen, it's that time.
Let's go.
All right.
Well, what do you know? Wait, before you get to your slogan, your catchphrase, your creed, what about the contest? People should go to lifevac.net, right, and take part in the contest that's coming up on 5,000 lives saved.
What do you guess the day, or what are you trying? What's the contest?
Yeah.
Oh, look
at this.
Right
Count
there.
5,000 lives saved. Go to lifevac.net. The deadline to enter October 31st.
Wow.
Halloween.
Ooh,
who just ducked in? Your son?
Just made a cameo appearance to look at the contest.
Tim Conway's cracking up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, folks, listen, I say it every week. I mean it every week. LifeVac, better to have it, not need it, than need it and not have it. The life you save could be your own, could be a child, could be a stranger. Who knows? Save a life, get a life back. God bless, guys. Good night.
Hey,
God bless, Ray.
Ray. We'll see you soon, man.
Thank you. We'll see you in an hour. I mean, next week. All right. Oh man,
I'm into this contest. I might be the 5,000th victim. I'll just do it to myself. Like, all right, what are we up to?
Family members.
I have inside information.
Employees.
You're not a victim. Where do you bury the survivors?
I was choking. And I missed the 5,000, and I win the pool.
The first time we did came to see Brian. We have the picture of you getting Heimlich in front of
Tim Weiss.
What, steakhouse in Chicago?
Yeah.
Tim Weiss.
Does that seem like a million years ago? But
It does. Weird. And then it's 10 minutes. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. But do you want to talk about a previous guest who you traveled with to Marco Island, Batman?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Rosario Casada.
Yeah.
Amazing
impressive.
work that you guys did down in Marco.
Well, and he's just a mean guy because his guy's Batman, because anyone can do it. And he wasn't a superhero. He was just someone that used his good fortune to help others. And he's so humble, and he's out there, and it was me, his wife, his daughter with the 3 kids. The little baby was there too, and they're adorable. But it was such an atmosphere of, the little kids running around. I've been sitting there picturing 3,000 kids. What does that look like? I mean, Jackie's graduating class was 560, 3,000 kids. And it kept hitting me as I'm seeing them playing and running around, and he's giving them away. Free LifeVacs, which is amazing.
You've been to a couple of shows where we go to these theaters, 2,500, 1,500 people. And you next time look out, and every seat would be a save. It's like that's when it hits you. Like
and because we're talking more, right? Because we're hitting these milestones, 3,000 kids, 5,000 lives. I remember going to Islander games, and there wasn't 5,000 people there. When they weren't so good, but
for a long time.
I think I went to Met games that weren't 5,000 people in the 70s.
I'm so old, even Yankee games back in the late 70s, early 80s. Yeah.
And how about the recognition where people at these theaters say, hey, the LifeVac guy, our pilot stopped us and was impressed. We were sitting there with Brian Kilmeade and the 3 of us, and we talked to the pilot, and he said, hey, the LifeVac guy was there.
Or even though you'll walk around with him at shows, Artie, and people look up and go, "Oh, the LifeVac guy!" Everyone knows his word's getting out there.
That was funny when I threw him out and said Tanner once, and you were like, "Is that the LifeVac guy?" Throw it out, said that.
Turn me in. Who said I was saying Anna? Well,
Saint
listen.
Anna, sorry,
this has been.
We thrown out Santana. Was he a big historic figure at the Elbow?
He was playing guitar and was driving the Americans crazy.
He had more legs than Santa Anna. Apparently, he had a funeral for his own leg. Listen, I don't want to take away. What an incredible conversation. Taylor Van Zandt, along with her dad, Johnny Van Zandt, a reminder that even rock legends and their families face battles that test the heart. His daughter, Taylor's courage, is an inspiration to every family fighting through the storm. If you'd like to learn more or support the November 5th event, check out the links in the show notes that you'll see on social media. A huge thank you to LifeVac, the sponsor of In the Arena, for standing up for life and giving families a second chance when seconds count. Until next time, keep fighting the good fight, stay strong, and remember, heroes aren't born in comfort, they're made in the arena.
Very good, Fats.
Have a great night.
Rock and roll.
We'll see you next time.
It's no joke when you choke, so get LifeVac and live. Without breath, there'll be death, so get LifeVac and live. live. Get LifeVac and live. Get LifeVac and live.
LifeVac and live.